Welcome back, surf fans, to the Vans World Cup of Surfing. Round 2, Heat 5, Soli, Bailey, Stuart, Kennedy, Koa, Smith, Luel, Felipe hit the lineup. Firing Sunset Beach. Stop at number 2. The Vans Triple Crown of Surfing. Chris Cote here with Pete Mel. And let's get right into it. Soli, Bailey. He has been an absolute standout in waves of consequence. And I can bet that that roll will continue. Well, that wave kind of ran away from him a little bit. But when you look at it right now, groomed, offshore winds, give us on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we looking at today at Sunset Beach?
Well, right now I think about an 8. Could go into a 9, maybe even a 10 today if we get the tide go right, and maybe the swell keeps increasing as we watch this wave here from Soli. Bailey had to chase it all the way to the channel. He got there, but no maneuvers done, so just a small score for him.
Michael Dunphy won that last heat with 9.94. And this was during the break, right off the buzzer, Soli, Bailey.
Well, Soli doing quick work here. This one cuts back to the foam. So dangerous to hit the foam out here when it's this size. It just wants to rip the board out from under your feet, so it's very difficult to do. Earned a 3 for his efforts. And then Koa Smith on the backhand. This kid rips it, especially here at Big Sunset. 2 nice arcs. Great wave choice here as this wave's going to stay open all the way through. And good start for Koa Smith. I think you're still kind of feel like those 5s and 6s because they breathe. They are like lungs. They open up and close up. As you take a look here from into the barrel, holds the rail, and backhand, you're not able to really drive through it and watch and pump through it. It's really difficult when you're on that, especially when you're grabbing your rail. And you got to be able to read the sets as they come in and hit the reef on the outside and kind of load up.
Well, here we go. Stu Kennedy, this is his first wave of this heat. Nice opening snap. I like the way he turned and went straight down the face. Now he gets back onto that open face. A lot of wind and bump rolling up the face of that wave. So 2 pretty sizable turns. Kennedy as he makes his way to the shoulder. Now our first look again at Luel Felipe. He races down the line. This is a wave that will catch you by surprise like it did right there for Luel.
It is unique.
A lot of factors going on these waves.
It's unique to most of any other, any wave on the planet. And as I was making an example of the barrel breathing, the wave breathes too, right? It's the same thing. That's what that deep water is, because it's not a shallow wave break. Meaning there is portions of it that get shallow, but they're pretty deep on the point. But most of it, you've got this water and it kind of moves up and down, and it's never really grabbing the bottom solely. So you gotta read those, and then the timing is crucial. Being able to read that bump, and all of a sudden when the face gets vertical, because it does, it goes vertical and then flattens out, vertical again. You got to be right in the perfect timing to be able to do those turns when it gets that steep face. Yesterday, and then now it's at 17 seconds. So it's a fairly long interval swell, and that'll generally, play a factor into the consistency.
Well, picking off a nice mid-sized set here, Luel Felipe. A couple good turns out the back. Again, I like the approach of getting straight in and straight up into the lip. The Women's World Championship Tour will make another call at 9:45 a.m. So we'll stay tuned to that. But for now, let's watch Luel Felipe.
You see, he did that. You're right. He timed it well. Right when the wave steepened up, he was able to get his board up into the lip. Kind of carved off of it. Unfortunately, there wasn't really an inside section. But see, mid-face bottom turn, just to get to the lip right when that same little warble, and so that timing that warble right at the same time, he was able to kind of use it to kind of fly off the lip, and a little dramatics there. Always adds to the score, a little flair.
Sections. So we'll see if that kind of urgency starts to strike through the lineup. Luel Felipe picks off a second wave right on the takeoff. Then you see just absolutely flattens out on the shoulder. Soli Bailey, he's been quiet. He's only got a 3 and a 1 right now. Nice opening carve. This wave growing down the line. Allows him for a second turn and a third. Great wave selection for Soli Bailey as he makes his way through this super bouncy inside section. He's going to continue to roll through. As right behind him, Stu Kennedy up and out. Minutes, 58 seconds. And here's a big wave coming through, and it's going to be Koa Smith on his backhand. Has to straighten out. Like he got a nice highline carve to open up that wave. came out of the recap right there.
They can't go quite as vertical. You know, again, look at this size of this wave too. And I mean, that's 3-4 times overhead. Big, beautiful bottom turn, nice hooking snap. I mean, this is just that one maneuver, but I would say it's going to rival his 5. This was the wave before Koa Smith. So the first wave of the set as Luel gets that big arc and tries to chase down this huge wall. And you can see trying to do a turn there and just the fins not engaging. Almost goes down, but able to hold on. And then from steep and deep, Stu Kennedy. And again, just trying to get to that base. Finally gets there, has to do the arc. And then the rail grab arc. So nice little variety there for Stu.
Stick to those mid-sized set waves. Throw a couple carves. You got this. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Soli Bailey with priority. Another nice opening carve. Straight into the bottom, hunting the tube. Finds it. Another big carve for Soli Bailey. So our first successful tube ride wasn't super deep, but if you ask me, any tube at Sunset Beach is a critical tube. This wave is so unpredictable. I like the way Soli Bailey rode that last one.
Well, he's carrying a 3, so this is going to definitely help him out. You know, not a gigantic set wave, but he saw that it had some meat in it, you know, a lot of water. That first arc was beautiful. Sets up the inside here. He tries to stall, left some speed off. Quick little in and out, and then another arc. You know, and again, where that carves right there, too, the base got kind of steep, and that's going to help him and help that score.
So now we're starting to see the heat totals bumping up a little bit. An 11.03 for Soli Bailey. It's going to allow him to take the win. Koa Smith unofficially in second place.